Hi my dear students, welcome back to new session. In the last class we already learned regarding sexuality in organisms as well as cell division during the gametogenesis we had discussed. That means the first step is gametogenesis is completed. The today topic is regarding gamete transfer. Majority of the organisms gametes are heterogametes. The gametes are not in same size. The first point is here, majority of organisms gametes are which in stage? Heterogamete. And you know already heterogamete, what is definition of heterogamete, right? In majority of the case here, male gamete is always mostly small in size. It means little amount of cytoplasm is present. Small in size, but physiologically more active, and mostly male gametes are motile. Next, female gametes. So female gametes are, most of the cases they are big in size because they consist of large amount of cytoplasm. Large cytoplasm is present, and most of the cases female gametes are less active, physiologically less active, and which are non-motile. So that's why majority of the cases gametes are what? Heterogametes. Such fusion of gamete is called as what? Anisogamy. Such fusion of gamete is called as what? Anisogamy. Right? Next. So here, but some exceptions are there. In primary plants like as which are algae and fungi, in primary organisms, male gamete as well as female gametes are both are same in size as well as both are motile. In primary organisms like as thallophytes, you know already, that is algae as well as fungi. Most of the case in algae, the both gametes are what? Both gametes are same as well as both gametes are motile. Exceptions is there. Next. So generally gamete transfer. So actually one external medium is needed to transfer of male gamete to reach the female gamete. Most of the cases water is act as a external medium. Water is act as what? One external medium. For example, bryophyta, pteridophyta, algae, so which are compulsory going to depend upon water for transfer of male gamete and to reach to the female gamete. So here transfer of male gamete, one external medium is needed. Most of the cases the external medium is what? That is water. Water is act as an external medium to transfer of male gamete and to reach to the female gamete, right? Here which are example like mostly algae as well as bryophyta, as well as pteridophyta. You know already, the pteridophyta is known as first vascular land plants on the earth, right? So this is actual medium. Next, in case of generally, if you consider in higher plants are like as seeded plants, angiosperms, as well as gymnosperms. So in such case, actually what? Pollination is occurred, cross pollination as well as self pollination. Let's see here in case of seed plants. So seed plants mainly we can divide into two types based on the sexuality that we had discussed in the last classes. One is monoecious and one is dioecious. Species plant, monoecious species, dioecious species. Mostly monoecious we can call as what? Bisexual plant. And dioecious plant we can call as what? Unisexual plant. In this case, monoecious plant, here the pollen grains are transferred to one flower of anther to same flower of stigma. So that we know is called as what? Self-pollination. We can call it as self-fertilization. So in this case it is very easy. Transfer of male gamete is very easy. That we can call as what? Self-pollination. It means the self-pollination means within one flower of same plant. So that we can call as what? Self-pollination, nothing but self-fertilization. In this case, dioecious. So here in dioecious, actually what here? So the plant is already unisexual. So the pollination is occurred in between plant to plant, one flower of male plant to another flower of female plant. That we can call as cross pollination. So in this case, dioecious here, pollination. The pollination, which pollination? Cross pollination is occurred. So here the pollen grains are going to transfer PG. PG means pollen grains. Pollen grains are going to transfer from one flower to or one anther to another flower of different plant, nothing but female plant, right? So that is called as what? Dioecious. That is called as what? Cross pollination, right? So in this case, generally in plant, male gamete, the male gamete which is carried out by pollen grains. The male gamete which is carried by pollen grains. Pollen grains are present in anther. Right? Pollen grains are present in anther. So these pollen grains which are going to transfer to one location to another location with the help of maybe water, if it is hydrophyte, maybe wind, or maybe animal, or maybe birds. So with the help of water, wind, animals, birds, the pollen grains which are going to transfer to one plant to another plant, right? So these all are mediums, pollinator agency. The topic is there in the next class. We are going to discuss pollination agency, right? Next, after reaching of pollen grains, the pollen grain which is going to germinate on stigma. Later it is going to produce pollen tuber. Now it is going to produce pollen tube, right? The pollen tube is containing two male gametes. So which are non-motile gametes? Non-motile male gametes are reached to female gamete, nothing but what? Egg cell reaches to female gamete with the help of pollen tuber, right? So such a transfer of male gamete with the help of pollen tuber, that is called as siphonogamy. Transfer of non-motile male gamete with the help of pollen tube, right? Now it is going to reach to the egg cell. So such phenomena we can call as what? Siphonogamy. So in this, two male gametes are there now. Here one male gamete is going to fuse with egg cell plus one male gamete to form zygote. and second male gamete is going to fuse with the central cell. Second male gamete is going to fuse with central cell to form endosperm. Right? So this is actually regarding what? Gamete transfer. Next step is fertilization. So generally events in sexual reproduction, the first sequence is pre-fertilization events. In the two sub events is there, one is gametogenesis, one is gamete transfer, we had discussed, and second sequence is fertilization, and third sequence is post-fertilization changes. So now in the last classes we had discussed regarding pre-fertilization events. We had discussed first phase is finished, now second phase is fertilization. You know what is fertilization? The fusion of male and female gamete is called as fertilization. It is also called as syngamy. Let's write the point. Fusion of male and female gamete. Fusion of male and female gamete is called as fertilization. It is also called as syngamy. Right? After the fertilization, actually it is universal event. Generally in any sexual reproduction, after the fertilization, zygote cell should be formed. It is universal event. After the fertilization, the first formation of cell, the first formation of cell is which cell? That is zygote. Zygote is which in condition? Diploid in condition. Zygote is always diploid in condition. So later what happened after the formation of zygote? The zygote is which is non-motile. The zygote which is undergoes number of time of mitosis divisions to form a group of tissues are formed. It's going to become as embryo. After formation of embryo, generally the embryo is formed in within seed. The seed is germinate. And become as one sporophytic plant. Sporophytic plant which is always diploid condition. Now in inside one question is given, what would happen if fertilization is not takes place in the seeded plants? The question is, what would happen if fertilization is not takes place? What would happen? Answer is, if fertilization is not takes place, there is no formation of zygote. First. Next one is the characters which is not going to transfer to one generation to another generation. So it means there is no formation of new generation. There is no formation of new generations. Right? So that will happen if fertilization is not takes place. Right? Generally some exceptions are there in biology in this topic. Right? Some of the organisms are going to form without fertilization. So here for example, after the formation of female gamete, the female gamete is directly developed into the one embryo. So without undergoes any fertilization. So such is called as parthenogenesis. That is called as what? Parthenogenesis. So some case female gamete develop into embryo, directly develop into embryo without fertilization. Right? So such phenomena is called as, that's rare phenomena is called as parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis. Such a rare phenomena is called as what? Parthenogenesis. Partheno means virgin, right? So here genesis means you can say like fusion. It means it is, you can see, the meaning is virgin birth. The literal meaning of parthenogenesis is what? Because without fusion of gamete, one new individual is formed. That is actually parthenogenesis. Parthenocarpic is different. Carpic means fruit. Right here, the fruit is do not consist of seed. That is called as what? Parthenocarpica. So this is actually parthenogenesis. Right. Next, here examples are like, one is honeybee, especially male, drones, honeybee, drones, and some birds, turkey birds, rotifers, and some lizards, which are going to form without fertilization, right? It is called as true virgin. It is virgin birth, we can call as. Next, fertilization, based on fertilization site, fertilization mainly divided into two types. One is external fertilization, one is internal fertilization. Fertilization is mainly divided into two types based on fusion of site, right? That one is external. One is external fertilization and another one is internal fertilization. So simple, the definition is there already. External fertilization, here in this case, male individual as well as female individual, both gametes are going to release into the external medium, that is actually water. So you can see the formation of zygote, the fertilization takes place in only external medium. So such fertilization we can call as what? External fertilization. Here the fusion of male as well as female gamete, the fusion of male and female gamete, which are going to take place in external medium, most of the cases that is water, right? So such fertilization is called as what? External fertilization. Examples also, that examples are mostly like fishes as well as frog, amphibians, and especially algae, you can notice in algae. So these are example for what? External fertilization. Next one is internal fertilization. Simple. In this case, what happened? Here, only male gamete is going to release the gametes into the water. The female gamete, which is not going to release the gamete into the external medium, which is present within the female body. So the male gamete is going to travel in the external medium and reach into the female gamete site. So after reaching, fertilization takes place within the female, right? So such fertilization is called as what? Internal fertilization. So here what? Only male gamete is released into the water with the help of external medium, which is reached into the female. And here female, which is not going to release, exhale into the external medium, which is present, remains within the female. Now fertilization takes place within the female. So such type we can call as what? Internal fertilization. Right? So most of the seeded plants, angiosperms, gymnosperms, bryophyte, pteridophytes, which are all, you can see what? Example of internal fertilization. So this is actually second event, sexual reproduction event. Second phase is what? fertilization. In external fertilization as well as internal fertilization, large number of male gametes are going to release it, because all male gametes are not going to successful to mating to fusion of female gamete. So that's why here nearly more than 1000 times higher than male gamete. If you compare with female gamete, nearly 1000 times higher male gametes are released, either in case of either external fertilization as well as in internal fertilization. For example, in case of human, nearly 200 to 300 millions of sperm cells are going to release it. Out of 200 to 300 million sperm cells, only one sperm cell is going to fuse with egg cell. Egg cell is only one. Here also be large number of male gametes are going to release into the external medium, because all male gametes are not going to successful to mating of female gamete, right? And one more point here, if you compare with external to internal fertilization, here the organism which is formed due to the external fertilization, most of the cases which are going to killed by predators, Why? Because the young ones are formed within the water. So these young ones are going to killed by number of predators, right? Threat is there. Here threat is less, right? So this is actually what? Fertilization. The last event in sexual reproduction is post-fertilization event. So these changes are occurred after the formation of zygote. So this event, the events are occurred after the formation of zygote. So which changes are occurred after the formation of zygote? So such we can call as post-fertilization event. Generally, after formation of zygote, which is going to develop into embryo to one individual. But here development, sequence fertilization is mainly two types. One is external fertilization in case of external fertilization, in case of internal fertilization. In case of external fertilization, zygote development is occurred in water. The zygote development is occurred within the water. In case of internal fertilization, the zygote development takes place inside of female. Right? Next, here generally zygote development, the zygote development is mainly based on two events. The type of zygote development which is based on type of life cycle, second environment, which is depend upon type of life cycle, and second one is environment factor. So why? Because for example, in type of life cycle, if for example some organisms are haploid organisms, some organisms are what? Haploid organisms. In haploid organisms, here zygote, after formation of zygote, which is undergoes meiosis divisions and to form haploid spores. Later this spore is going to develop into one individual. So this in case of haploid organisms. After formation of zygote, which is directly not going to develop, which is undergoes a meiotic division to produce haploid spores. These haploid spores which develop into one new individual, right? That is in case of haploid. And in case of diploid organisms, the diploid organisms are what? Mostly sporophyte, diploid in condition. Here meiotic division is occurred before the formation of zygote. Here already meiosis is occurred. Due to that gametes are formed. The gametes are fused to form of what? zygote. After formation of zygote, immediately mitosis division and develop into embryo and become as one new individual, right? So this is actually first one. It is depend upon the development, direct development is, or that is depend upon type of life cycle, first one. And second one, environment also be one of the factor. So sometime actually unfavorable condition, sometime unfavorable conditions are there. During unfavorable condition, especially algae, the algae zygote is going to covered by a number of thick layers and become as a resting spore. The resting spores have the capacity to tolerate high desiccation conditions, and these spores are going to germinate when the conditions are favorable, right? Here during the unfavorable condition, especially in algae, the zygote which is going to covered by number of walls, which is going to covered by number of walls and become as a resting spore, become as a resting spore, become as what? A resting spore. Now this resting spore has the capacity to tolerate desiccation conditions. Nothing but dry conditions. It is going to tolerate dry conditions. So when the conditions are favor, the spore it is again going to become germinate and become as one new individual. So this is actually what post fertilization changes events, right? Next, based on development of zygote, which is again divided into two types according to the insight. One is oviparous, one is viviparous. One is oviparous, one is viviparous. Oviparous, viviparous. Third one is ovoviviparous. One is oviparous, as usual you know that oviparous, viviparous, ovoviviparous. First case of in oviparous, here what happened here, fertilization takes place inside of the female, but it is going to laying of fertilized egg. The fertilized laying egg incubation development is occurred in external condition, right? And this egg is going to covered by calcaneous sheath. So such organism, egg laying organism is called as what? Oviparous, which laying fertilized egg. So fertilization takes place inside female. Fertilization takes place inside the female, but development takes place. Development nothing but incubation of egg. Incubation takes place in a external. Second point. And this egg is going to covered by calcareous sheet, nothing but calcium, which is going to be calcium shell. So that is actually character of oviparous. Examples are what? Examples, you know, most of the birds, reptiles, terrestrial animals, reptiles, so which are all coming under oviparous. And next one is viviparous. So viviparous. So in this case here, fertilization as well as development both are takes place within the female. The female which is directly going to give the birth to the new individuals. Directly it is giving new babies. So such type we can call as what? Viviparous. Here fertilization as well as development both are takes place inside of the female. Inside of female, fertilization as well as development both are takes place inside of the female body. And female which is directly give the birth to young ones. So that is called as viviparous, most of the mammals. And after the giving of baby, which is going to caretaker for infant, at least 1 or 2 years. So it is going to supply the nourishment in the form of milk. Mammary glands are present. Best example are humans, mammals. That is example of viviparous. And third one is ovoviviparous. In this condition, actually here fertilization takes place inside of the body. But actually which is not going to provide any nourishment to the babies because placenta is absent. Here fertilization takes place. Fertilization as well as development both takes place inside of female. But which is not provide any nourishment to young ones. Why? Because placenta is absent. The best example is shark. Shark. So this is actually ovoviviparous. And one more concept is there, that is you can say parthenogenesis. So based on the gender, based on the formation of young ones, either male or female, based on that it is again divided into 3 types. The first one is arhinotoki. Second, arhinotoki, thelaitoki, and third one is, the first one is arhinotoki, thelaitoki, and third one is amphitoki. Amphitoki. Right? The first one is what? First one is arhinotoki, second one is thelaitoki, third one is amphitoki. Simple. Arhinotoki, in this parthenogenesis, most of the case 90% of only males are going to form. So such type of parthenogenesis we can call as arhinotoki. Here the formation of young ones, maximum all are only male. The best example, birds, turkey. The best example is what? Turkey birds. As well as honeybees. Which honeybee? Male honeybee, drones, as well as spiders, mites, which also example for arhinotoki. Only males are formed. Thelaitoki. So due to the parthenogenesis here, only females are formed. So that we can call as thelaitoki. The best example is blind snake. It is one small blind snake. General name is blind snake. Amphitoki. So in case of amphitoki here male as well as females both are in equal forms. The best example is aphids. Right? And see here, oviparous, arhinotoki, thelaitoki, amphitoki, which is not given in the NCERT. So this is for only competition, not for theory. Next, embryogenesis. Formation of embryo, development of the embryo from zygote. It is called as embryogenesis. Formation of embryo or development of embryo from zygote. So that is called as what? Embryogenesis. As usual, the events are what? The first you can say zygote, which is undergoes mitosis division to form of embryo, and again the embryo is undergoes, like you can say embryo is undergoes differentiation, right, to form of group of tissues are formed, right. So these tissues are going to organization to form of different organs are going to form. So these organs to one organ system is going to form. This organ system to one organism, one species is going to form. One species is going to form. So generally in case of embryo, here during the development of embryo, 3 layers are formed: ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm. The different organs are going to form from different layers in case of where humans. Next, in case of plant, after fertilization, here some modification we can notice. For example, in flower, ovary, ovule, calyx, corolla, calyx and corolla. So generally ovary, after the fertilization, ovary is become as what? Fruit. The complete ovary is modified as what? Fruit. Ovaries consist what? Ovules. Each ovule is become as one single seed. Each ovule is going to become as what? Seed. Next, most of the cases, calyx is going to shed off. Calyx is going to shed off, but exceptions are there. Exception you can notice in tomato as well as brinjal. In tomato as well as brinjal, persist calyx. After the fertilization of or after the formation of fruit also, the calyx which is not going to shed off. So that we can call as persist calyx. We can notice in tomato, brinjal, mirchi, right? We can notice it. And corolla, most of the cases it is going to shed off. It is also going to shed off, right? Next. So here ovary wall, which is going to become as fruit wall. Ovary wall, which is going to become as a fruit wall. So fruit wall is called as what? Pericarp. Fruit wall is called as pericarp, which is called as what? Pericarp. So in the diagram is given one small beans you can see like is given beans. Here is represented seeds, right? He is given like S label is given and this layer is P label is given. So this is P means what? P means you can see later which one is fruit wall. The fruit wall is called as what? Pericarp. So S means seed, right? So this is actually complete information regarding sexual reproduction. Events of the sexual reproduction. The first one is pre-fertilization event, fertilization, post-fertilization event, right? So this is actually entire lesson, right? Thank you all of you.